In this video, we will be discussing another bacterial disease, that is listeriosis, which is also called as circling disease or meningoencephalitis. This disease is caused by the bacteria Listeria monocytogenes, which is a gram-positive, rod, motile, very flagellate, and this disease is mainly prevalent in sheep as compared to the cattle, buffalo, and goat. The bacteria has a distinct feature of surviving at very lowest temperature. The range of temperature where the bacteria will survive, which ranges between minus zero point -4 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius also. This disease has been noticed in Europe, North America, and Australia, and in India also, and which is transmitted via contaminated feed and water. And the main important is that the spoiled silage. Uh, Whenever we are talking about silage, the one important thing is that the pH of the silage. The silage which has the pH which is ranging between 4 to 4.5, which has a good quality silage. So in such condition, if the bacteria is present, but that will not be able to multiply. If whenever the pH of the silage get altered, when it becomes turned towards the basic side, not from the good quality pH, when the pH turns to 5.5, then more than this, where the bacteria will survive and also it will start multiplying, so it will soil the silage. If such silage containing the listeria species will taken by the animals, then leading to the listeriosis. The source of infection is the bacteria may shed from the feces, urine, milk, and the uterine discharge of the aborted fetus. So this disease is a zoonotic one. When it comes to the pathogenesis, the bacteria will be ingested by contaminated food and water, then it goes to intestine, where it penetrates the mucosa, and then it enters the bloodstream, leading to the bacteremia condition, where it will localize to the visceral organs, such as the lesions are noticed in the midbrain, brainstem, and also in the meninges, which results into the meningoencephalitis. If the animal is pregnant, in such condition, the organism will invade the placenta within 24 hours, then leading to the bacteremia condition. Ultimately leads to the edema and necrosis of the placenta, leading to the abortion. If the late pregnancy, there will be stillbirth. If the animal parturited, then the parturited fetus will be with the septicemic condition. And this is the ascending type of infection. Wherever the abrasions will there in the oral mucosa, the traumatic condition inside the oral mucosa, leading to the ascending infection of the bacteria. There is a nerve which connects from the teeth, that is trigeminal nerve. From the teeth, it enter to the inside the nerve, trigeminal nerve, and other cranial nerves. Thereby, from the trigeminal nerve, it enter into the CNS, where it causes the acute inflammation of the brainstem, unilateral of the brainstem. Thereby, the clinical signs such as unilateral paralysis of the face will be noticed. This is the main pathognomic classical clinical signs which can be noticed in case of Listeria monocytogenesis. When it comes to the clinical finding, this disease is classified as the meningoencephalitic form, where the adult cattle, the incubation period is up to 1 to 2 weeks. The cattle will be adult, where this form will be mainly noticed. In such condition, there will be high fever, dullness, and the main important thing is that unilateral facial paralysis. Because of this, eye, ear, and lips will be drooling to one side, because there is a paralysis of unilateral side, and the animal will be standing, and the drooling of saliva and hanging of the food will be noticed. And there will be head pressing, circling, and panophthalmitis will be noticed. This panophthalmitis is maybe because of the spread of infection via optic nerve. It may happen. And the other form is that the abortic form, where the animals which are having the 7th month or above of the gestation period, in such condition there will be abortion will be there, and sometime in the late pregnancies, if the animal get affected, and then they are leading to the retention of placental will be there. Pathognomic lesions can be noticed in the aborted fetus when that will be conducted post-mortem, where yellow to orange meconium will be inside the intestines of the fetus, and there will be small yellow foci of necrosis inside the liver will be noticed, and abomasal erosions are also seen, and the micro abscesses in the brain will be noticed. Then the next form is the septicemic form, which will be noticed in the young ones, which is characterized by the fever, weakness, dull depression, and anorexic condition. Now, the main important thing is that we need to differentiate this disease with the rabies, GID, polio, encephalomalacia, and pregnancy toxemia, and the nervous form of ketosis. In the rabies, along with the and there will be a history of dog bite will be is there, and the paralysis of the jaw muscles will be happening, so there may be a dumb form or furious form of the rabies will be noticed. And in case of kid, that is caused by the parasite, the Cinerus cerebralis, where one can notice, which is mainly affecting in the goats. The affected goat may have the softening of the skulls that can be noticed. And sometimes if overgrowth is there, in such condition the nasal septum may also get disturbed and deteriorated. Now, when it comes to polioencephalomalacia, that may be because of the deficiency of vitamin B, where there will be the symptoms like circling, nystagmus, and lethargic. Those type of clinical signs will be noticed, but the all other physiological parameters will be normal. And when it comes to pregnancy toxemia, the pregnancy is also there in that animal, and it is in the late pregnancy usually noticed. And we have to reload along with the ketosis also. But in case of listeriosis, there will be unilateral facial paralysis. That is the one of the most important clinical signs we need to be remember whenever we are differentiating with the other diseases. And there will be a history of abortion at more than 7 months. And diagnosis include, it will based on the clinical signs we need to be approached. And then the necropsy finding, and based on isolation and identification, the sample to be collected in the live animal is from milk, feces, and uterine discharge. And when it comes to the carcass, the sample can be collected from the brain stem and visceral organs like liver, lung, and spleen. And in case of septic form, the sample can be collected from the stomach of the aborted fetus. Now, when it comes to the treatment aspect, the treatment can be successfully possible only in the initial stages of the disease. One can try the chlortetracyclines intravenous injections at the dose rate of 10 mg per kg body weight for 5 days. And one can also try penicillins of 44,000 international units per kg. If the later stage, the mortality is 100%. And the important thing is that the prevention and control, where the one need to be careful, the whatever the feed he is feeding for his ruminants, that should not be contaminated. And the main is that it is the well-known practice of feeding silage to the ruminants, so the good quality silage should be there. That is the important thing regarding with the prevention and control. To sum up this disease, listeria is bacterial diseases, which is also called as the circling disease, which is also called as the meningoencephalitis. It is because of the bacteria listeria monocytogenesis, which will survive at a very lowest temperature. And the important aspect is that the silage pH should be optimal. And the pathogenesis involved ingestion will lead to the bacteremia in the blood, and that will be localized to the different organs where circulation, even the organism may reach to the midbrain and meninges, where it leads to the formation of meningoencephalitic form. And if the animal is pregnant, there can be abortion will be noticed, and the ascending type of infection is there. The infection may spread to CNS via, if there is any aberrations inside the oral mucosa, from that the trigeminal nerve, the bacteria may enter to the CNS via trigeminal nerve, where it will cause the unilateral facial paralysis. There will be circling, head pressing, and panophthalmitis will be seen. In abortic form, abortion at more than 7 months of pregnancy will be there, and septicemic form is mainly noticed in young ones. And we need to differentiate with the rabies, cerebral cineris, that is GID, and polioencephalomalacia, pregnancy toxemia, and ketosis. Diagnosis based on the clinical signs, necropsy, isolation, identification. And when it comes to treatment, only possible during the initial stage. If not, then the mortality is 100%. Chlortetracyclines can be used, and the dose rate of 10 mg per kg body weight. And the prevention and control includes the feed and water and the pH of the silage. Thank you.